Have you ever seen a child, perhaps at the mall or at the supermarket, realize they've become separated from their parents? Have you seen their anxiety turn to fear and explode in desperation? I bet if you think back into the recesses of your mind, you'll remember being that child at some point. I know I do. I remember an incident or two at Gemco and one or two at Disneyland. Now imagine what Jose Franco felt. Though 30 years old, he does not know his birthday. He does not know his age. He can't tell time. He functions at the cognitive level of a young child. By some measures, a child as young as 2 years old. Jose sat in a cold cell, not knowing why he was there, or when he would next see his family, or if he'd ever see them again. The federal government wanted to deport him, but Jose was found incompetent to represent himself. He was too poor to hire an attorney, but the government didn't think it necessary to find him one. So what did the government do? The government suspended the deportation proceedings against Jose and put him back in his empty cell. That's where he sat for nearly 4 years with absolutely no hope of release until we stepped in. We sued and we won. We sued the federal government and we won. We won for Jose and for the thousands of others like him, people who are facing deportation and are unable to represent themselves, to defend themselves in court because of their mental disabilities. This one case is emblematic. It says so much about why we do what we do. We believe all people are created equal. Rich, poor, gay, straight, black, white, brown, pious, atheist, American-born, foreign-born, able-bodied, or living with a disability. We believe every person in this country has the same basic rights. And we believe that when one person's rights are violated, we are all challenged. Challenged to respond as if our very life, liberty, and happiness depended on it. Because once the government has the power to deny one person their rights, all our rights are at stake. Jose's case shows this and so much more. It also dispels 3 myths or misconceptions about the ACLU. First, the ACLU is often seen as an organization focused only on free speech or separation of church and state. But we cover an incredibly wide range of issues. Everything from abuse in the jails to unequal opportunities in the public schools, from the rights of immigrants to the rights of people with disabilities. You'll see this breadth of work and the cases we celebrate today. Second, the ACLU is seen by some as unpatriotic. Now, I suppose that comes with the territory. Those who dissent from what's generally accepted are often ostracized. And we at the ACLU, we do like to dissent, don't we? We consistently dissent. We dissent whenever government abuse of power and violation of rights becomes or threatens to become orthodoxy. We see our dissent as the highest form of patriotism. As no less a patriot than Dwight Eisenhower once said, "Here in America, we are descended in blood and spirit from revolutionaries and rebels, men and women who dared to dissent from accepted doctrine. As their heirs, may we never confuse honest dissent with disloyal subversion." And last, given our record of success in taking on government, from City Hall to Sacramento, all the way to DC. Many assume that we have a staff of thousands of lawyers. Though we are incredibly talented and dedicated, we are a relatively small group. We have only 14 attorneys here in Southern California. Across the entire country, there are only 200 ACLU lawyers on staff. And yet, our 14 attorneys here in Los Angeles and Orange counties are currently litigating 30 cases. In those cases, we represent 127 named plaintiffs and classes totaling more than 1.3 million people. The reason we can have such far-reaching impact, touching the lives of so many people, people like Jose in need of help protecting their most basic rights and freedoms, is very simple. And it's the reason why I am so happy to be here today celebrating our 20th annual Law Luncheon. We partner with dozens of law firms and work with more than 120 cooperating attorneys. Attorneys who are willing to do the hard and necessary work of turning our most cherished civil liberties aspirations into reality for everyone. Today, at this Law Luncheon, we celebrate lawyers who share our belief in the power of the law, lawyers who share our commitment to providing the finest legal representation to the most vulnerable people, and lawyers who share our faith that though the road may be long and it may be hard and sometimes incredibly crooked, justice will prevail.